Fostering is a it's like a bittersweet taste, and it's really hard at times, but sometimes it can become really easy. Did I just get up one day and say, hey, I want to be a foster mom? Nope, I did not. I didn't even know that I was going to become a foster mom. I know deep down I want to adapt it. But so I decide to go to to the class, but I was really scared to even start this journey because I worried what people might say. Why are you going fostering? Why are you adapting? Why you don't have your own child? Because that's a norm thing. I know most foster parents can attest to that. A lot of people scared to become a foster mom because they're scared what family member might say. The face, the negativity people might show them. But it's okay. Remember, you're not doing this for yourself. You're doing this for the kids in the system. So I decide, listen, I'm going to put all what people have to say behind me. So I went to my pastor and the first lady and asked for prayer because I don't know what else to do, my husband and I. So we decided to get some prayer and ask God to guide us in the right path. So we signed up for the pride class. So we went to the class. The class was really full when we went there the first day. And the second week, the class started minimized because when people hear what it takes to become a foster parent, they become scared. I was scared. My professor my instructor would be like, Miss Walker, are you sure you guys don't want to become a foster parent? I'm like, nope. I want to be an adoptive mom. I don't want to go through all of that to become a foster parent. Because deep down, I am really scared because I am OCD. I don't want no one in my space. I don't know how to put someone in my space. I love to be by myself most of the time. My husband and I, it's just me and my husband at all time. I can see, I don't know how someone gonna fit in that. I don't know how a child gonna fit in that. And I was like really scared. I don't know what to do. But I stand strong. I'm like, nope, I am adopting. I'm sorry. You sure you don't want to become a foster parent? I'm like, no, I rather adopt because I can't deal with caseworker, going to court, having visitation. While the instructor was, explaining all of this and all the requirements of being a foster parent, I was scared. I'm like, no, I can't have no one in my space. I'm too OCD for that. I just love being alone. My best friend, right? Other than my husband, my best friend used to be my computer, my tablet, my phone, my laptop. So I'm a tech person. I'm tech savvy. So if I'm tired of being on my computer, I'll be in the sofa, I'll be in the couch on my laptop. If I'm not on my laptop, I'll be in my bed on my tablet. So it's really hard to actually put someone in that space. So anyhow, we finish the class. So we finished the class and it's been a week. We haven't get called for home study. So I made a call and like, why aren't we getting any call for home study? They mentioned to me that there's two different departments. the adoption department and the fostering department, and it's kind of hard for me to adopt the age group that I want to. I have to foster first, then it's a possibility I'll get the age group that I want. So I'm like, okay, so I won't be able to get a home study. They're like, nope, you won't get a home study until you actually getting the child to adopt. So my husband and I, we start and we talk about it and we talk about it and we come to the conclusion, hey, let's foster it. So I reach out back to the department and say, hey, I want to foster. Can you transfer my file to the foster care department? So we were able to get a home study. It was smooth sailing and everything. So we got our license like last year in April. Yes. So I was like, okay, we're licensed now. I'm gonna become a foster mom. My husband will be a foster dad. Okay, how am I gonna deal with this? I never had kids before. I only taking care of my brothers and sister when I was at a younger age. I'm like, oh my God, how am I gonna do this? Oh my gonna do this? So I received my first call one night. So I was like, when I received my first call, my heart was beating so hard, really hard. I'm like, my stomach started hurting, my legs start shaking because I don't know what to expect. I keep asking questions. Oh, how old is the child? What is the why they're moving the child from the other foster home? What, is the child have if the child have clothes, if the child have everything with them, what time they dropping off the child, do the child do visitation, what do I need to take the child to school, who's going to take the child to school, who's going to take the child to visitation. So it's just like I've been studying these questions to ask because I heard other foster mom like saying you need to do that. Yeah, hey, you need to ask questions. So I'm like, oh my God, so they're going to come in my space. I'm like, oh my God, they're going to come in my space. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how to do it. So anyhow, I received my first case. I was nervous for a week because it's really, when you never have a child and you learn to be by yourself with your husband like for years, it's really hard accepting someone else in. And I just go along with the flow, like, oh, so I started using technique like, oh, I would take care of my brothers and sisters back home in Jamaica. So most of my cases were like 2 weeks the most, a month. So what I really want to talk about mostly in my journey is my 4 kids that I adopted from the system. Yes, 4 kids. So I know I still don't have any kids of my own. So anyways, I got so for 2 months so overall I think I've been through 14 kids or 12 kids, but it's more than 10 though. So one day I received this little 2-year-old child, and I am registered as a pre-adoptive home, so only kids that going to be adopted will come to my home, will be placed in my home. Most of my cases that I had before was just temporary, like respite. They just stay and move on to another foster parent home. So I received this child, a 2-year-old child. And this child was, oh my God, it was heart-taking, to finally like, oh yes, this is the child I'm gonna adopt. And this child came into my home. The first day when he got here, he was like really coughing a lot. So I asked the person who dropped him off, like, why is he coughing so much? She like, he been coughing like this for the longest while she know. So anyways, I'm a person like this. I don't like to see kids hurting. It's really, I don't know if it's what I've been through in my past, but I just don't like to see kids hurting. So I went ahead and I called the doctor and I make an appointment to take him to the doctor. So I took this child to the doctor and asked the doctor how long this, I realized that this child, this is a normal pediatrician the child come to. So how long since this child have this cough? The doctor like, a couple months now. I'm like, so why is he not getting anything for it? Like the doctor, oh, it's just a congestion. And I'm like, can you give me something for it, please? So he did a prescription and I took it to the pharmacy and get the prescription filled. I realized the coughing is not stopping. To my understanding, this child, he have like immune, he have a low immune system. So I started putting him on vitamin, iron. I started changing his diet, the way he eats and everything. This child was nonverbal as well. It was like a month away to be 3 years old, to be honest. And this child wasn't verbal. Only thing he could say when he came in my home, "Mommy, what's that?" I like, "Water. Give me some." Like, "Mommy, what's that?" I said, "Milk. Give me some." So that's the only thing he could have said. And I realized like this child, he have a speech delay. It was speech delay. And so I tried to implement ways so I could help him, speak. So I found this educational video by the name of Blippi. So Blippi always, doing stuff like firefighters, ABC, shapes, and so on. And this child would just sit there and like mumble like this. So like I can watch him and see his mouth keep moving. And so I realized that he will get there soon. So what I start doing with him now, so whenever he come from school, he came home from school, I will lie in bed with him at night and I'm like, "What happened at school?" He'd be like, blah 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 blah. So I'm like, "Really now? Really?" She said, "Blah blah blah blah." I said, "Really? Oh my God, you need to tell me more about it tomorrow." Blah 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 blah. He keep babbling and I'm like responding to him like I understand what he's saying. But it's just the point that we're communicating what was really important to him. And one day his driver called me and like, Miss Trisha. I said, "What happened?" "Can you believe it? For the longest while I'm taking this child around, and this child, I've never said a word, and today he said, 'Mommy, look, a police car is an emergency.'" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. You watch this video named Blippi, and Blippi always talking about emergency and so on. But the point is that this child I've never spoke before, and she was amused by what this child, just come out and say, 'Mommy, look.'" It's a car, it's a police car, it's emergency. That would warm anyone's heart. And it's really, I felt really good, you know. It felt really, really good knowing that this child started talking. And now he started talking little by little. One day, for no reason, I don't know, I was just putting on this child clothes, and he take his two little hand and put it like this on my face and said, "Mommy, thank you." It was like, oh my God. I don't know why he was thanking me for or what he was thanking me for. He just like, "Mommy, thank you." My heart hurts up and my heart feel like flattered even when I think about it up till today. But this child, he, the case was like a bit ups and downs, you know. As I said, we've been to a lot of court, you know. We represent this child a lot, and this is the next thing about being fostering. Fostering, you have to take control of the situation at times. I know we've been, yeah. There gonna be good people. There gonna be bad people. But as a foster parent and representing these kids, we need to learn how to work around it. Because what happened with my husband and I, what we did, we take control in our hands. For this child, we always at the courthouse, even when even when the judge was like, "You guys don't have to come in, you guys can just call in. It's just a simple hearing." And I'm like, "No, we're gonna come, no problem." So when I can make it, my husband will go. So we will drop off the kids at school in the morning and go to court. So it was coming down to the TPR, where it was like really trial. It was a trying moment where it keep like, it couldn't get the mom to agree to sign off on the TPR. It was a struggle, you know. And I'm like, this child, you know, he stuck to me so much, you know, he stuck to us so much. He been loved by his family. And this child, when the mom looked at me at the day of the TPR, we finally reached to the point of the TPR. And at the day of the TPR, the mom looked at me and she said, "Oh, whenever I get a visitation with my kid, he always coughing and having this runny nose. And once you guys receive that child in your home, this child haven't have that cough anymore. He wasn't sick anymore. He was healthy and laughing at all times." So at the time, at the trial, right? At the trial, the TPR trial, the mom, she was sitting across from us, and she looked at us and said, "I am lucky." She said, "My son is lucky to find family like yours. My son is happy. My son is not sick anymore. My son finds somewhere to call home. I am so happy." And she willingly signed away her rights so that we could adopt this beautiful child. This case wasn't all that easy, you know, because there are always like issue with caseworkers and so on. Because when I first met his caseworker, I got a text on my phone saying that I'm supposed to receive a child in my home, and I'm supposed to I'm supposed to be expecting a text from the caseworker. So I've been waiting and waiting. I haven't seen the text came in. So I decide that I'm going to text this caseworker. And I say, hey, my name is Wtrisha. The caseworker texts back. So what are you telling me that for? I was like, excuse me? I said, where I'm from, the first thing I know is that if I don't know someone, I introduce myself and then get to the matter. Get to the matter of the problem. He said, and I'm saying, you're being really rude. So from that moment, he called me and I'm like, he called me and he apologized. I was like, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to do this. I didn't mean to do that. I'm really sorry. I accept his apology, but I learned, I need this child, so I learned to put my difference aside and move on and working with this caseworker. I took my child to the doctor all by myself, to the dentist. Wherever he's supposed to go, I took this child to school. I never called a caseworker to do it for me. I just sent over the documentation to them because, as I mentioned before, I'm OCD. I can't go outside my boundary. I have to always be on time. I have to always be on schedule. And if I have an appointment today, I have to be appointment today. So for instance, I have something to do today and something has come up. I will be probably pulling my hair out. I'm like, no, this can't work. So I've learned to take control over my faster in life, which make it easy on the caseworker and easy on myself. I know a lot of foster moms don't really have it that easy, and everybody's case is different. But sometimes we probably should try to work around certain situation. But this child, so my husband and I was really happy to have this child to our family. But before the adoption, the court ordered that this child should still have visitation with his mom. So we decided, I said to the judge, okay, I'll take him to the visitation. So I took this child to the visitation, think that he would, happy to be around his mom, more comfortable and everything. So when I took this child to the visitation with the mom, she was playing with him and she took him into this thing that kids slide into, and she was going way up with the child. So the child starts screaming, mommy, mommy, mommy. I'm like, so I didn't pay attention because I thought he was actually talking to his bio mom. So I still hear the screaming, mommy, mommy, mommy. So I'm like, why would he be crying, mommy, mommy, if he's there with his bio mom? So I rush around there and he looked down at me and said, mommy, stay right there. Don't move. Stay right there. Watch me, mommy. Watch me. Then and there, I know that this child feel more safe with us. Safe with us around him, no matter if he's with his bio mom or his bio mom. He trusts us. We give this child stability. This child grow to trust us and know that we can keep him safe. And so this child looked to us, and then I know that I need to protect this child as much as I can. because this child is depending on us to keep him safe, not his bio mom. It's really hurt at that time. It's a sad moment, you know. He's calling me mommy and not addressing his bio mom as mommy. It's kind of hurt because I feel sad for her as well, you know, and wish she could be a part of his life. But sometimes we have to like. But further in the future, she will be a part of his life, though. But what I'm trying to say is that we need more people to step up and become a foster parents. It's a bittersweet. It's not easy, and nothing without a challenge is not worth it. To me, I love to take on challenge, and this is one of my challenges: making videos to see if I have the guts to be confident. So one day I might become a motivational speaker. So I'll be having more videos after this one. So I'll be posting video like every week because my challenge is 2 months on my journey as a foster adoptive mom. There's a lot of foster kids in the system, and a lot of kids out there need to be adopted. So I did this video because I don't want to take like an hour or 2 hours to do a video when I can break it down. So I start with my first child that I adopted, and my other video will be based on my other 3 kids that I adopted, and how, you know, and things that I do to make my foster journey way easier. Listen, become a foster parent is not easy, as I mentioned before, but you guys will be helping out a lot because we have less foster mom in the system. You know, it's really hard, but can you just imagine when you change these kids diaper, they look at you and say thank you mommy, thank you daddy. When you give them their food, they say thank you. You know, they just look at you and kiss you. You know, yeah, I know there's nothing in life is easy. We're gonna have a problem with the system, just like we have a problem with politics, the government. We have a problem with everything. So nothing is easy. It's just that we all have to find a way to work with each other. I don't know, but I used to like doubt the fostering system, but when I look on these 4 beautiful kids in my home, I'm like, I stop look down on the system and would like to encourage other people to come and join the foster care group. So follow my other video, click and subscribe and comment, and you also see an email if you like to know more about my journey off the scene. I will gladly oblige to talk with you. So see you then. Bye.